Welcome back, everyone. Another week of Pop Off the Clock. I'm Yoseline.
And I'm Brenda. Happy to see you guys again. Last week there was so much going on, but we're in the process of adding more places so you can find our podcast. And then this week didn't disappoint. We had finally the release of an album that we all been kind of suspecting what it was gonna be. The album with Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. It's taking everyone by storm.
Including
it's already
Brenda.
doing really well, and we're gonna get into all the press that they've been doing and what we think of their new music.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, we've had like technical issues, but we're upgrading, we're revamping our software in the back.
It's because Mercury's in retrograde.
Yeah, it's just it's just been a long week, guys.
Oh no, this week has felt like an eternity.
Yeah, let's wrap up that stuff. But we're also hitting the big debut we all been waiting for, Snow White, this weekend. We're gonna go over that and the kind of flop it happened. And I went to see it, so you don't have to, and you shouldn't.
And I'm not going to.
Yeah, so I'll tell you more about that. And then Chappell Roan making a little podcast appearance on Call Her Daddy. It's the first time she's addressing how haters are her motivators and if she is single or not.
Yeah, it was a good interview.
Yeah.
So all of that stuff, but let's see how we've been doing the last few weeks, or 2 weeks.
2 weeks, I guess. Treacherous. I don't know. I did go, as I mentioned, I went to the movies this weekend. I went to see Snow White, and I'll get more into it when we discuss Snow White, but I was very disappointed, and I'm like their main demographic. Like, I love Disney, I love princesses, remakes are my thing, and it just did not hit. That's kind of all I was looking forward to in the weekend, so the fact that it was like a flop, quite sad.
Was that on Saturday or Sunday that you watched it?
Saturday.
Oh man.
Yeah, Saturday. And then Sunday has become White Lotus night, so I don't try to do all my stuff, so I'm ready to watch White Lotus. We'll get into the recap at the end of this episode.
It was
and
a crazy episode.
My jaw is still on the floor. Like, I can't.
This episode is a lot to go over.
How was your weekend?
The weekend was pretty good. Hung out with friends, had a great time. Aside from that, it's just been such a hectic work week. I feel like now that, I've gotten an understanding of like my roles like in the office and like, I'm taking on some new projects and stuff. So it's just kind of trying to wrap my head around time management and like how to just like give my all to everything. So, but it's also good because I feel like, sometimes work, it kind of has like those slow patches where you don't really feel motivated to do a lot. And so I really feel like motivated now that I kind of have like something to look forward to, I guess, or stuff to work on. So it's been nice that like it's been a booked and I keep thinking of Busy Woman every day. That song is just like how I start my day. Like I feel like I'm a busy woman.
You are a busy woman.
I am a busy woman.
And you know who was busy? The entertainment world. Because we got several headlines to go over, and we have one that is hot off the press. We have Ms. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. They are, I guess it's being confirmed and reported that she has given birth to her fourth child, but the first with him. Not a lot of details are coming out, but last time we reported was that they were no longer together during her pregnancy.
And that she was going to be pregnant, in that breakup relationship. I believe he shared a video of the baby. I think he said, "Welcome, Celestial Being," or something like that, or Celestial, something along those lines.
Is that the name?
I don't imagine. So that's an update on them. Congratulations to those.
Congratulations
to those
people. You too, my Taurus queen,
Megan
Fox. But another queen of mine is Miley Cyrus, who's announcing an upcoming album. She released the visuals for something that is set to be named Something Beautiful. It's set to be released on May 30th, though details surrounding the record are scarce. The singer revealed that her 9th album will feature 13 original tracks and is executive produced by Cyrus, Sean Everett, who previously worked with Casey Musgraves and Alabama Shakes.
I saw in the video it said pop opera.
That's crazy.
And that kind of reminded me of that Nicole Richie, Paris Hilton. Remember when they were making like an opera? And I'm just like, how opera-y is it gonna be? I don't know. I love Miley Cyrus. After her Grammy performance, I don't know if she's trying to go for more of the Tina Turner vibe. I don't know. I'm super excited. I love that she always has like a new sort of like image or a new kind of style that she goes into each album with.
I think we don't give her enough credit, even though like that whole thing is like eras, you know, like I'm in my blank era. But it all sounds the same. They all, you know, Taylor Swift remains pop, Lady Gaga remains pop, but she really does.
Her sound is like everywhere.
Like
I love
rock
her.
to pop to soul to.
Who knew Hannah Montana had it in her?
Who knew? I knew. I knew, sweet niblets. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I am
super excited.
I do like Miley Cyrus a lot.
Summer of the like
A Girls Again.
Yeah, pop summer. I love it.
Yeah, because we also have Ariana Grande who's set to, we told you guys about her Eternal Sunshine Deluxe album. That's actually coming this weekend. We have not heard it, so if you're a fan, we told you when it was first announced. Now, get your little headphones in because it's going to be released
I'm not sure
Friday.
how many songs, but I would assume maybe 5 at most. I don't know. I'm super excited to hear the
Definitely,
extended
like
version
maybe
of
some
that.
new and different versions of ones we.
Yeah, she said that the intro something, it's extended or something along those lines. I don't know. I'm really pumped for all this new music.
Yes, what I'm pumped about though is, even though I'm not going, I already know I can't go. Put your paws up, little monsters. Lady Gaga is headed out on tour, showcasing her new album Mayhem with the Mayhem Ball Tour. The pop icon will kick off the tour in Las Vegas on July 16th, following her 2025 headlining set at Coachella. The Mayhem Ball Tour is coming to 6 North American cities before heading abroad to Europe and the UK. This tour is mainly arena-based, and notable change from Gaga's Chromatica Ball Tour. I wish I could go. I've been living with Mayhem, and I'm all about Garden of Eden and Vanish Into You. I like that one, so it's.
I keep telling myself to listen to her album, and I have not. I'm so sorry. I love Lady Gaga.
I'm so sorry.
I just have never been. I don't listen to her albums.
Yeah.
I'll listen to the singles that pop up, and I'll love them. But I've never been like with Lady Gaga, like listening like to her album.
So. Oddly enough, I thought that I've always been like that until I realized that every song I listen is an album.
Oh, okay.
You know, when you kind of realize, like,
Oh, all the songs were in that album?
Yeah, like that. So I get that feel. I know she posted on social media during the announcement that she was actually not thinking about touring, but something shifted in her. I guess the reaction from fans that she decided to put. Just to throw a tour together real quick.
That's why I love her so much. She thinks so much about her fans.
And she's doing that whole like 6 cities, but she's there for the weekend.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, my friend Freddie was already like, anybody want to go to New York for the concert?
Like,
I probably won't.
Sorry. Shifting to some couple news, we have Quinta Brunson has filed for divorce from Kevin J. Anik, her husband of 3 years. The Abbott Elementary star and creator filed for divorce on March 26 in Los Angeles, citing the pesky celebrity disease called irreconcilable differences, according to several news outlets. Honestly, he just couldn't handle having a strong independent.
It's just the come up, you know? When you get that famous, sometimes things just don't work out.
Things just don't work out. But hopefully what will be working out is Hailey Bieber legal action. So it's being rumored more, that Hailey Bieber is sick and tired of the online narrative and the constant pitting against Selena Gomez by online trolls. TMZ is reporting that the mother of one is considering taking legal action against the online rumors and how to fight back to all the haters. Yeah, that's basically it. She's, you mentioned that she has contacted an attorney that has one similar. It's very hard to.
It's hard to win these types of things, anything internet-wise. But I had read somewhere that she had, or maybe a TikTok where she had retained an attorney. I'm not sure which artist. I think it might have been Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion, who had sued an online troll or something like that and actually won.
Yeah.
I believe she was it was rumored that she was talking to that same attorney. And if he was able to win the case, then I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to go after that specific creator that said that she liked the video that was talking smack about Selena and Benny. But there's also still that 7-part series that everyone's talking about, where it's like,
it says that the narrative of her being a bully and a stalker has been the last straw for her, and she decided to explore legal options.
Yeah, the stalker one, it's like, people are just, I don't know. It's like a yearly tradition when everybody starts to not like Hailey Bieber. I don't know. I think it's
always high and lows with
But
her.
I can understand the frustration. I mean, now they have a child in the world, so it's just like different circumstances, but
I think like I do understand, like it's like people are just bored, like it's so like they just hate themselves. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't imagine going through that. Of course it'd get to me. So we'll see if that pans out, if she gets a lawyer that is smart enough to deal with that kind of situation.
I feel like they would only go after it if they knew they could get, like, there was enough to, like,
because even if the worst, I guess, the worst way it could pan out or plan out is that she does it and then she's portrayed as just bully, like someone with power and money trying to go after someone. But we'll see. We're getting semi-updates on Kelly Clarkson. So concerns for the future of the Kelly Clarkson Show has grown as singer and host Kelly Clarkson has been absent for the past 10 episodes. Staff on the show are said to be fearing the worst, even with Kelly returning to the show. Whilst the American Idol star was away from filming, there was no official reason given for her absence from her daytime NBC slot other than rogue rumors that it was personal issues. Yet now the star has returned. An insider at the show have said that she has changed in behavior, which is causing concern. The only thing that she kind of has posted, not addressing, but some cryptic message, you know, like a la Khloe Kardashian, saying that...
Is it one of those inspirational quotes?
Yeah, something like that. Something about talking about feeling lonely and, like, alone at moments in time. So we don't really know what's going on with Miss Kelly Clarkson. I know she is the guest in Kylie Kelsey's podcast this week. I'm pretty sure it got recorded before this all happened, but I wonder if there's any snippet in there of what she probably may have been dealing with.
So what have they been doing this whole time?
So they have guest hosts.
Guest hosts.
Yeah, like they had, who did they have that I was just like, oh, he was good. Well, they had one of the Today Show anchors went one day, the guy, and then they had...
Oh, the guy, the one who's coasting with Savannah?
No, the other guy. No, that's Craig. The other guy that does the 4th hour with the girls. I don't know, but they just had like random guests, like celebrities, you know, and other former.
Wow, I didn't know it was that long that she was gone for.
I didn't realize it was 10 days.
No, me either.
I thought it was like a week, maybe at most. 5 days. But yeah, 10 episodes.
Wow.
That's crazy. What's also crazy is we have an update with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Like 3 good updates. So a source close to Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds said that the couple is not planning to attend the 2025 Met Gala in May, which happens every year, the first Monday of May, the big gala. And if you know, you know that Blake Lively is a staple for that event. She's kind of the it girl, which now looking back, I don't know really why.
And also they both were the chair people at one point.
So that is really, to me, it's just like, if you're going to go to an event, it should be this one, not the SNL thing. But whatevs. I
think they maybe were trying to test out the waters with the SNL to see like if we start emerging. But I'm like, that's too soon. I feel like with the Met, it was enough time, but yeah.
And you also, or it could be like, Blake. Maybe they tested, oh, well, you know what? I just forgot about her other incident in Waco. The incident with the
hotel, right?
The hotel.
I forgot about that.
So that probably added to, you know what?
A decision to step back. Smartest decision.
We also are update on the lawsuit is that Blake Lively blasted Justin Baldoni's vengeful and rambling, those are her quotes, $400 million lawsuit against her as profound abuse and legal process that has no place in federal court. That's according to a motion that has been filed by her attorneys to dismiss the case against her, filed by Justin Baldoni. Quote, the lawsuit prohibits weaponizing defamation lawsuits like this one to retaliate against individuals who have filed legal claims or have publicly spoken out about sexual harassment and retaliation. She is sticking with that narrative that this is just an attack of him being vengeful against her for speaking out about possible alleged sexual harassment behavior on set of the movie, and should just be considered as a retaliation against her. No word yet if the judge will take that and dismiss it or what. But we do have an update from Justin Baldoni. He was spotted over the weekend enjoying some downtime in the Aloha State, that is Hawaii. For you guys, Hawaii. For all of y'all who don't know him, he was pictured with his wife and 2 kids there. And
Sporting a new haircut.
Sporting a new haircut that Brenda was not a fan of.
No, I was not a fan. Yeah, I don't know if the judge will throw it out. For me, it's just kind of like, yeah, we got it. Just throw it out. Like, at this rate, like, you proved your point. Everyone proved their point. Like,
you would be okay if it just gets thrown out.
The judge? No, because I would want to see the legal proceedings, but I feel like it's going to get to the point where everyone's just like, can we just, like, now that everything's out there, like, let's just kind of, yeah.
Do you think it's too much? It's too out there that there just cannot be a jury.
I don't think there's going to be a trial. I'm having a hard time believing that this is actually going to go to court. I think they're going to settle somehow, some way. I think the attorneys for Justin Baldoni are just waiting for, like, every nail in the coffin to be hit in their, like, demise.
I do agree, because I see Justin Baldoni going into court and being like, I'll testify. Even if she was right or wrong, Blake is like, I can't.
I don't think they want another Depp Heard. I think Blake and Ryan are kind of smart, and I don't think they want it to get to that point.
I don't know. Sometimes ego gets in the way of people to the point that they just.
I wouldn't go to trial. I don't know. I would want to see a trial because it would be so entertaining.
As a viewer, we want to see a trial.
We want it, but. Yeah.
We'll see. Someone else who's setting the record straight is Pedro Pascal. After The Last of Us star was seen grabbing dinner with Miss Jennifer Aniston, romance rumors immediately abounded. However, according to Pedro himself, it was just a simple meal. We're friends. We went to dinner with mutual friends, he told E! News.
Wouldn't that be a pair?
That would be so epic.
It would.
It'd be cute. I approve.
I approve. I feel like it's so age appropriate.
But I also don't think that their behavior with one each other.
It didn't seem romantic. It really did seem like friends that were going out to dinner.
Like a baby, and then like a kiss, like very a la Friends, how they were in the show. But it's cute.
Wait, he came out in Friends?
No, like the relationship with like her Friends cast.
Oh, okay,
like how they would
yeah.
kiss in the mouth.
I was like, he came out in Friends? Wow.
No. Then we have Shailene Woodley and Lucas Bravo have sparked dating rumors, leaving fans wondering if there's more than just a friendship between them. The Divergent star and the Emily in Paris heartthrob have been spotted together, fueling speculations about a possible romance, and they're 100% together.
Yeah, they were holding hands and their arms are all around each other.
And they give off the same vibe, so it is a couple I approve.
No, yeah, everyone's pointing out that he looks a lot like Aaron Rodgers. Girl has a type.
Yeah. Except this is like he's like really hippie, like.
Yeah, I feel like he's of her vibe. I think she very much likes the hippie-ish.
Yeah, for sure. Who might be on the rocks is Sydney Sweeney. She has, it appears to be that she cleaned house, and by house I mean her Instagram page. So according to rumors, the Euphoria star and her fiance Jonathan Davino may have quietly broken up. Sydney appears to have deleted a rare photo of the pair from her Instagram.
I know all the men in Hollywood are rejoicing.
And I'll say it again, the way that they postpone or pushed back their wedding after you have a date set because of work, no.
Yeah, I mean, the signs were kind of there from that announcement. I think we were like, oh, that's a little shady. But yeah, I just, I feel like he could have been, they worked together on their production company. They worked on projects together. Yeah. But it's like, she's still in a different stratosphere from him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that yeah, we'll see what happens with her future.
With her future, we'll see. But another couple is being rumored to have been spotted. We have Billie Eilish and her rumored boyfriend, Nate Wolff, were allegedly seen bar hopping in New York City.
Crazy.
And they were affectionate with each other.
Crazy. He came out in her music video for one of her songs from her new album, and everyone was like, "Oh, they have great chemistry, but they've been friends for so long." Yeah, her and Nat Wolff, I never would have thought it, but hey.
Another one that I like. I approve this message.
Approved.
Shifting over to movie news, we have Marvel has inundated social media with the cast announcement of its 2026 tentpole Avengers Doomsday. Over more than 5 hours, the oversized superhero squad generated constant buzz
5 hours?
means as viewers patiently watched a live stream
Oh,
that
never mind.
slowly revealed cast members' names on the back of directors' chairs.
The movie's gonna be 5 hours?
No, like the
Oh my
push
gosh,
out.
I was
So
like,
in the span of 5 hours, they were pushing out like
Oh,
teasers
okay,
and
okay,
things
okay.
and live streams. So
okay, so you are more of the Marvel person.
Yes.
I am not. How epic is this? I'm not too
it's
sure.
to the point that it might be too epic.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I've been hearing mixed opinions from people.
I mean, it's pretty cool because the Avenger world has not been the same since like Robert Downey Jr. left. Like especially this new era that it's just, I don't know if it's a slow start. I don't know if it's just not the same storytellers except for Agatha. It just hasn't picked up. So they're bringing a lot of the people from the original era, and people are like, oh, does this mean that we get to see like the same storytelling? It could potentially be, I think it's a double-edged sword where you are either, it's just too much, too good. It's like when you have that movie that has like all the A-list celebrities, and it's just like no one really has the time to shine, or it could either be the greatest thing ever.
I don't know. Let's hope for the greatest thing ever.
You know, yeah.
If they're gonna put all this money and effort.
Can you imagine what the budget on that is?
Oh yeah, that's why I'm like, let's hope that they actually like fulfill the audience with the budget. Let's hope it meets. Let's hope it's not another Snow White situation. But are they all coming back? They're all coming back as their characters, right? Except for Robert Downey Jr. He was announced as the.
Well, I would assume they would not confirm that. You assume they are because you don't really know. I mean, more than likely, yes. You just don't know where in the timeline or what.
And they're mixing X-Men characters.
So yes,
in there, right?
X-Men is Marvel, but X-Men was specifically X-Men and
Sony,
Fantastic
right?
Four and Spider-Man were owned by Sony. Spider-Man had an agreement, like Sony had an agreement with Disney for Disney to take the storytelling, had permission, but it's not until this year where we have Fantastic Four and X-Men. I guess the first peek of it we had was in WandaVision, possibly. By Fox, sorry, thank you. We have a person back there. So now they're adapting that. So it is going to be the first time we kind of see that.
I'm excited.
I'm excited because I loved X-Men, but I only liked it with like the Wolverine story parts, even like the side Wolverine stories.
Did you like the second wave of the X-Men? Where you didn't like those?
Sophie Turner?
Yeah. Well, I didn't like Sophie Turner's, but I liked those two previous movies where it had James McAvoy and Jennifer Lawrence. I kind of liked those.
I kind of liked them. They were all right, but they kind of only I think 2 out of those were pretty good.
There was only a couple good
Past
ones.
and Future.
Yeah, no, I didn't even watch that one.
And then Apocalypse, I never really.
The ones with Sophie Turner, I didn't really get into. But I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we'll see how good that gets. There's another movie that is causing quite a buzz online, and it's not because of the casting, it's because of the plot. So A24 has released the official trailer for Celine Song's Materialists, written, directed, and produced by Song. The romantic comedy follows an ambitious New York City matchmaker who finds herself torn between the perfect match and her imperfect ex. So Dakota Fanning plays the matchmaker, Chris Evans plays her ex, and Pedro Pascal plays her perfect match.
I don't care how great looking Chris Evans is. You are not stopping me from picking Pedro Pascal.
A lot of people are like, okay, the trailer basically paints her perfect match, Pedro Pascal, as her perfect match, but she just can't get over her like ruggedy, good-looking trouble waiter boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend,
and then Pedro
yeah.
Pascal is like a billionaire, and girls online are just not happy. Like, if she ends up with Chris Evans, it's just another way to tell women that
You're settle for less. Well, maybe he treats her really well, but
okay, I was gonna say something super bad, but at this point, Pedro Pascal's character looks perfect. Like,
maybe it's, I don't know, maybe there's gonna be a twist with his character. Let's hope.
Let's hope.
There's something negative about him.
But it's funny because I was being a little facetious there with the whole women thing, but a lot of girls are saying like, no, like, I'm sick of stories and movies showing us that we go for the nice, charming, ruggedy guy we knew and felt comfortable with, but we skip this millionaire just because of this guy that, of
you
course,
have history over like
potential new thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I do, it's that new wave also of like rom-com.
Yes, bring back the rom-coms. I miss like 13 going on 30, like all of those vibes, like things that uplift you. Like everything's just so serious all the time. Like it feels very like Hitch. Like it's, I don't know. I'm excited just to see like some romance.
We also have the more set photos coming out from the Odyssey's day of filming with a very bearded Matt Damon in the early look at Christopher Nolan's new epic film. I think we've just been following this kind of along where these pictures are being like leaked, especially Zendaya. We saw her in Euphoria. We're kind of getting a glimpse of her schedule. We saw her in Euphoria. And then she's now on the set of the Odyssey. We're probably going to see her next on the set of Spider-Man. And she's just all about, and again, guys, I'm just so excited for this movie.
I just love that it's, I mean, obviously you're getting these set photos because they're using the world as their set, which is so awesome to see. Like, I think when you see pictures, I just want to see what the movie itself is going to look like.
It's kind of like the Barbie thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited to see this movie.
Yes, another movie that's getting a lot of criticism. I didn't find the criticism, but you could kind of elaborate.
Wuthering Heights is in the process of filming. Margot Robbie is going to be in it. Undisclosed what she is going to be playing specifically, but I just saw some stuff on TikTok where a lot of people are like, not really a fan of seeing these movies like Odyssey and Wuthering Heights. Like for book people, I don't think book people are super happy about like the casting and all these things.
So for this one, we have Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, and it is the latest adaptation of the 1847 novel Wuthering Heights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know the Wuthering Heights story to heart. I'm sure it was mentioned in high school or something.
Kind of want to read it now.
No, I'm interested. And actually, another person who's in this movie is the young boy from Adolescence, that Netflix show.
Oh.
Highly recommended. I'm just throwing this in there because I watched it. It's such a quick watch, 4 episodes. It's a British show. It's like 50 minutes each. But it's so interesting. And this kid who kind of his career is blossom. He's cast in Wuthering Heights. He did so well in this TV show, but
really, I thought it was a documentary.
No, okay, so it's kind of just like, a kid who does a bad thing, but it's like like how, parenting and how that plays a factor in a child's future. Yeah, exactly. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay. Something to keep an eye on. That's your little preview of all the movies coming not this summer, eventually. Now we're going to shift over to reality TV. I am going to visit the Bachelor Nation first. We have Katie Thurston, unfortunately, giving an update. Last time we heard from her, the beginning of the year, was that she had found breast cancer. That she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now she gave an update that I found it that they had found kind of like lumps in her liver and in her skin, and those have been surgically taken out to get biopsies, and now she's waiting on the reports on
Yeah,
that.
it's super sad. And actually, in the middle of all of this, her and her fiance got married. I saw a little interview that they did, and it was just kind of like she's going through all these hard times. He was like, I just wanted to be her husband, especially when we go to the hospital and be there for her. So that's so sad.
Oh, that's so sad. I didn't know that. Okay, let's not
I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry.
But good news, positive, lighthearted news out of Bachelor Nation. The most recent season of The Bachelor has come to an end. Did I watch one single second of it? Absolutely not.
I watched half of it. It's just like Grant wasn't very much like, I wasn't really interested in his love story a whole lot. I don't know. But not a lot of people are, I don't know, everyone's kind of all over the place with this decision. So I believe a lot of people thought that Latia she was, you know, tale as old as time, you know, the love bombing. I believe she said that he had told her from the beginning that she was his number one. I believe he even said, I love you. They said, I love you to each other. I think, and I don't know, I've just been seeing videos, guys. I think he kissed her before he proposed to Juliana. Anyways, so he ends up picking Juliana. Latia was very shocked by that decision. Also, a lot of people are just kind of pointing out, you know, it's such women pitting women against each other right now because everyone's saying that Juliana was the easy choice and Latia was just somebody he can never amount to. I mean, at the end of the day, he was lucky to meet both of these women.
True.
We'll see where Juliana's and his love story go, but I mean, happy for them. I think Latia's going to be okay. She, you know, she looks like a strong woman, and now that the whole country's on her side, I think that she can, I don't know, go far.
Yeah. Maybe she'll be
But
the
that's
next
just
Bachelor.
been the whole drama in Bachelor Nation actually Tyler Cameron was doing a little video like kind of supporting Latia, and Grant unfollowed him immediately after that. Yeah, so it's a very little contentious little moment in the Bachelor franchise right now over that whole thing. I don't care either or,
You're like,
honestly.
whatever you
I really
wanna
don't
do.
care. I think Latia's cool. I think Juliana was fine. I didn't have an issue with either of them.
Either of them. Sticking with reality TV, we have Teresa Giudice is in the doghouse for bragging about her luxurious wardrobe after news has surfaced that her and her husband, Louis Reales, owe a staggering $3 million in taxes.
I don't know why rich people don't like to pay taxes.
But, like, you went to jail for it.
Yeah.
Like, you suffered a lot. I'm starting to think your ex-husband might not have been the problem.
People just don't learn their lessons sometimes.
I don't know, it's crazy. And then there's this clip from before she got married that's like not aging well. Someone asked her if she was getting a prenup with this guy, and she's like, no. And then her daughter was there, and she's like, why would she need a prenup? And Andy Cohen was like, why wouldn't she? Like, to protect you guys, your assets, and whatever it may be. But I hope. You just never know if it's...
Was she on Dancing with the Stars recently?
She was.
Right, okay.
She was. And then some more Bravo reality. We have, I guess, getting more of an insight to Paige DeSorbo and Craig's... I don't remember his last name anymore. Craig's? Something, breakup. Sorry.
I don't know his name
So
either.
it's all playing out currently in Summer House as it airs Wednesdays on Bravo's. However, in this latest episode, we kind of got an inside look when Paige had a private conversation with Sierra. We might remember Sierra from Traders. She's on Summer House, and they're having a conversation. And Paige goes into saying that Craig told her off camera that they were talking about some like just issues like, I feel like you don't spend enough time with me out here and all this stuff. And she was taken by surprise as to like, I didn't know you were so upset about the distance right now. And Sierra was kind of telling her, are you not feeling supported by him? And she's like, it's because I'm just so busy. And then Paige went into saying that off camera, Craig said, well, I'm not going to say this on camera because I'm not going to like blow up my own S word, but I look like S word when you look busier than I do. And that she said, I can't believe you're saying that. It seems that, like, are you not happy for my moment? She's been having a moment for a while. And then he's like, it just looks like, I'm not happy when you look busier than I do. And Sierra said, your mom would not be okay him saying that to you. And she's like, no, I know. And then he said, I feel like I have a secret hater for a boyfriend. And then they got into...
We've all been there.
Yeah, so her growing in her career kind of like, and then Sierra obviously is like, oh, he's so insecure, da, 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 da. But you're getting kind of an inside look as to what were the possibilities of them.
I saw the
getting into
video
argument.
of her, not this episode, but I think it was last week or the week prior. You know how they do those post interviews for like recap of the episode? She was very much like, yeah, when I was going on tour, he would send me, he told me to watch documentaries about ABBA and how they broke up because they went on tour and all that stuff and how it impacted their families and whatnot. Like, that is some crazy work right there. I don't know.
Crazy.
She was just saying that she always felt like he wasn't very supportive of that side of her, which I'm like, damn, tell it as it is. But even like letting... Somebody pointed out online, like, letting all those rumors that she cheated and all these things go about and never addressing anything and letting her get the flack. I mean, I think people show you their true colors.
They truly do. But, you know, now it wasn't as perfect as we all might have seen, and maybe he wasn't as blindsided as it first might have appeared.
I don't know.
But yeah, those are our quick headlines. Now we're going to get to our top 3 topics for this week, and I'm going to dive straight into Miss Snow White.
Yes.
So Snow White producer Mark Platt's son and actor Ben Platt's brother, Jonah Platt, is seeing red after...
No way.
Yes,
I did not know that.
they are Nepo babies. Is seen red after the Disney film underperformed at the box office across its opening weekend. In a since deleted comment on Instagram, the Being Jewish podcast host, per the Wrap, it's a comment on an Instagram by Being Jewish podcast, per the Wrap. Jonah replied to a social media user who took issue with a Variety report alleging that Mark flew to New York to speak directly with Zegler in response to backlash over the star expressing pro-Palestinian views online shortly after film's trailer had debuted. You really want to do this? Yeah, this is his comment, alleged comment. Yeah, my dad, the producer of an enormous piece of Disney IP with hundreds of millions of dollars on the line, had to leave his family to fly across the country to reprimand his 20-year-old employee for dragging her personal politics in the middle of promoting the movie which she signed a multi-million-dollar contract to get paid and do publicity for. Jonah allegedly wrote in the comment, according to at least 2 different screen grabs circulating online. Entertainment Weekly has not been able to independently verify Jonah's remarks. They have reached out. All comments have been turned off on that post specifically after it was reported that he had a comment that. So Snow White did really bad this opening week. It was a close to, don't quote me on this, like $250 million budget, and it only brought in $43 million this weekend. $8 of those were mine. And I want them back. Prior to this, a lot of issue has come. I mean, this movie has been riddled with controversy
From the get-go.
From the dwarves to Gal Gadot to Zegler's comments about saying that she only took the job because she needed to get paid, to whatever it may be.
And then like her just talking poorly about the character itself.
Yeah.
Remember during the writer's strike, she's like, oh, like, nobody even likes these types, like, who believes in these types?
And then, obviously, out of, I guess, coincidence, it's funny how the world is. Gal Gadot, or Gadot, I don't really know. So she is obviously from Israeli descent and was in the military for several years in her home country. And then Zegler, has been very pro-Palestinian. So there was a rumor, a Variety reported, which is funny because I think that was a plant story. Variety came out saying that during the, I guess, the promotional, that producer flew from New York to talk to her, and that she was like told, hey, like, you just have to be careful with what you say, blah 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 blah, and that she like kind of like, she was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. But then when the president got elected, she became vocal about not agreeing with that, and then it was just like, oh, so now they're blaming the bombing that she was just too controversial and she did that. Let me tell you something. Maybe it played a part. I don't know. Maybe it probably did isolate a population. But even if she would have been guys, no politics, no nothing. That was such a bad movie. Like, I cannot tell you how heartbreaking it is to say that Gal Gadot couldn't act in this. She was wearing, like, someone said it on TikTok, costume wardrobes, but I'm telling you, Forever 21 sequence floor gown dresses. There was a lot of, I love musicals, but when I tell you that, I'm just like, can they stop singing? It was so much original music in
Was
there.
it worse than Amelia Perez?
I think I enjoyed Amelia more.
Oh, no.
Because there was at least some character arc. Like, there was no character growth. Even at the end, she was just like, I'm so good, I'm so nice, I'm Snow White. And even at the end, it was such like, go away, bad queen. And then I kind of don't even remember what happened with the queen. Like, she just disappeared. They didn't even kill her or anything.
I'm confused. So I know that going into it, she was like, I don't want this to be about falling in love with somebody. Is there a love interest?
So this is where, so she runs away. You all know that the huntsman tries to kill her.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't do it. Run to the forest. She runs to the forest. Oh, no, wait, that's not even, see, I can't even tell you what happens. So she is at a point, she is in the castle before she, like, knows what's happening. She's in the castle, she's locked away. Her, what do you call them, constituents don't really know of her since her dad died. So then she's in the kitchen cleaning, and a guy comes and starts to steal the food. And she's like, why are you stealing food? Like, and he's like, don't you know people are hungry outside the gates? And she's like shocked by it. And he's kind of like flirting with her. And I'm like, why is this thief flirting with her? The prince is coming. Like, what are you doing, girl? So eventually you find out when she gets into the enchanted forest, this thief is the love interest in the movie. There is no prince. His name is Jonathan. I'm like ruining the whole movie.
Who cares? Nobody's gonna watch it.
I know watching it. And I'm just like floored by this. I did say, like, will she be kissed in the mouth or something because of the whole consent thing? She does get kissed in the mouth.
Stop.
But it was just, it became a thing where she's just in the woods with, like, Jonathan and his, it gave off Robin Hood vibes with, like, his little friends that then team up with the dwarfs and, like, help her, save her. And then she goes back to her village and she's like, don't you remember how happy we were? Like, and then everyone's like, I remember. And they just all turn on they all just turn in the queen. She had one big musical moment. I can't even.
Gal Gadot?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
no.
it is so cringe. And her outfits, her makeup, like, no one blended her eyeshadow. And it's just very sad because I think visually it was nice. Like, the forest, and that's about it. The little dwarfs were cute, but they were all, like, fake. What is it called?
Aren't they little people in this movie?
No.
Oh, they're dwarfs?
Yeah, they're dwarfs. Like, they're, like,
Oh.
AI generated. What's that? What's the...
No way.
So-
No, they're not. They're AI?
Yeah, there is one, I don't know
Actor,
the proper...
and then they, like,
So he...
replicate
No,
them,
so
or-
the one actor... I guess the diversity and the one actor that is, I don't know if they prefer little people or dwarf. I'm not sure. Sorry about that. He is part of, like, the Robin Hood gang of thieves. He's not a dwarf, like,
okay.
of the 7 dwarfs. Yeah.
I don't
And there's,
know.
like, a girl.
Is this movie
people of
Snow
color.
White? I'm confused.
Yeah, I was very confused. And then there's just, you know, the whole explanation in the books is that her skin is so pale because that's why they named her Snow White. They changed it because she's obviously Latina. Is that her mom, I don't know why I'm laughing. It's a good explanation. Her mom gave birth to her inside a carriage on a winter storm. So that in honor of her surviving that, they called her Snow White. Which is, I mean, it makes sense, whatever, but it was a really bad movie.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
So I trust you. Trust me,
I don't-
Jonah Platt. It wasn't. I don't think.
It was like the whole Rachel Zeg or Gal Gadot. I don't think it's the politics around it. Also, like, no offense, but Snow White isn't the most interesting Disney story. It's actually the boringest one.
It is.
It's like the boringest princess, and so you're already starting off with a terrible princess. Second of all, you're not really like doing anything different with the story. You're making these weird little changes, but that's just to be more politically correct. And then it's only appeasing little girls, not to be rude, but I mean, I don't really want to watch it. I doubt males would want to watch it.
So I think
there's just no appeal
for
to
these
it.
remakes. In my opinion, you either have to attract like the millennials and the older people that will be nostalgic, and then introduce a new generation by still keeping the same story, so the people that are older can connect. Because at this point, it's two different stories that you grew up with now and I grew up with. So
It just was a recipe for disaster.
I think they should just stick with the storyline, but make it so visually enhanced and beautiful that it, like Maleficent, like jaw dropping. Cinderella was a great story. Beauty and the Beast. The only bad thing was that Emma could not sing.
Yeah, but like even with like the costuming for like Snow White, it feels very like costumey. Like you can get that stuff at like
it was like a
Spirit
it was
Halloween.
So,
I'm pretty sure my mom wore her Gal Gadot's outfit for Halloween when I was a kid. Like it looks.
It was so literal. Like
it looks
yellow,
terrible.
blue, red.
Yeah, no, I hate it.
Purple eyeshadow, like this.
It was too gimmicky, in my opinion, and so that's why nobody wanted to watch it.
So guys, if you have Disney Plus, just wait for it to come out. Sorry, Platts. Yeah. Sorry. Moving on to someone else that does do their makeup correctly, Chappell Roan. She is
the latest transition.
She is the latest guest on Call Her Daddy, and in my opinion, I didn't take a lot. Like, it's what I expected the interview to be.
It was kind of awkward.
Yeah, it was just like, okay. I think the two main key takeaways
I wrote down notes.
She talked about haters being her motivators and how she thinks people are now scared of her after she asked fans not to approach her and ask for pictures.
It's crazy. The other day I was watching a video of her at some fashion show, and the paparazzi, dude, they're like, can you please look over here? Yes, thank you so much, Chappell. Like, it's a complete shift of how they treat her compared to like other celebrities, but that's from demanding respect.
So the other thing that popped out is that, I think you'll like this, there's nothing casual about Chappell Roan's current relationship status. Well, being a guest on the new episode of Call Her Daddy, the pop star revealed that she's in a serious relationship, adding that she's very much in love with her significant other. The interview marks the first time she has shared as much as about her relationship status since finding global fame in the spring-summer of 2024. And she says in the interview that this is a former love interest.
Before she blew up. Another thing that I noted here was that, so she mentioned that she resents her job and that she can't get to know her neighbors, didn't know what she was signing up for, and she has been told by other like celebrities, because she said that every pop girl in the industry reached out to her. And I thought this was such an interesting thing. They told her it feels like your second puberty when you become famous. And I was like, that's such an interesting like way to describe like being famous, because it's like you're reintroduced into the world in just this completely different way.
It's kind of when you have a glow up and people are like, they notice like, oh, you grew up, you have a woman's body now. It's kind of like
a second puberty in your life, which I thought was such an interesting thing to say.
That's a great comparison, I bet.
Yeah, the serious relationship. And what I thought was interesting is the lyric in Hot to Go, where it's like, call me hot, not pretty. She said that was from hearing some mean girls in high school calling her pretty and that she's not a hot girl. And I'm like, you see how bullies and haters are your motivators? It's a perfect example.
But yeah, I think it's a good, it's kind of like the Monica Lewinsky one. It was just kind of good listen in the back. Nothing too, whoa.
But I feel like this is the first time that, what's her name? That Alex has gotten an actual like pop star, right? Oh no, did she interview Miley Cyrus, or was it her siblings?
No, it was Miley.
She interviewed Miley? Okay, because I was like, somebody of the moment that is like on the charts. I don't think she's interviewed somebody like, not like a Sabrina or a Billie or an Ariana. Like, I think
Billie been on?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think this is like the first time she's got like a pop of the moment person, which I was like, wow, that's pretty. That just makes me question who else she's gonna be booking down the line if she already has like Chappell Roan.
And just because we're speaking of Alex Cooper, there is a lot of drama with her and Alex Earl apparently. So I haven't really read much into it, so I'm not gonna like.
So Alex
comment to
Earl
it,
made a
but
video basically saying that
She can't
she's not going to podcast anymore, and Alex Cooper responded through an Instagram story being like, I see what you guys are saying online. Like, we gave her the IP. She has access to all that stuff. I don't know why she's deciding not to do a podcast moving forward, but Alex Earl said she's going to keep vlogging.
Yeah.
Which a lot of her viewers have said that she's a better vlog-wise rather than podcast-wise because she's visually showing you her life, whereas podcast is you're just kind of like talking.
Yeah. But I didn't know Alex Cooper had responded, but I'm glad she did because then people are just crazy.
Yeah.
Because even Alex Earl was kind of like sneaky bit. Like, there's just a lot of stuff I can't talk about. So you kind of think litigation, lawsuits, whatever.
No, I think Alex Cooper was like right on that. She was like, yeah, guys, no, we gave her everything that she needed, so.
And now the topic, I'm just jumping to this. The topic we've been waiting for because, you know, when we said, and I'm so glad we said this before, where we love okay, I love Selena Gomez. Am I tough on her? Always. But this is the moment that I'm just like...
We're tough on you because we love to...
It's tough on you because these are the moments we know that you're just gonna, you know, come to it. You're gonna live up to the hype, girl.
I'm gonna say this, you know, everybody has their opinions, including us. Are we right all the time? No. And I'm gonna say that I have said things about her and Benny Blanco that I don't entirely regret, but I feel like...
You're open to changing.
Yeah, I've changed my mind because I feel like we now know a little bit more about them as people and their relationship than we knew prior to the release of this album and prior to all their interviews. So I'm just gonna say that, okay, Chloe? Because she was like, I'm gonna tell everyone the stuff that I remember what I've said about Benny Blanco. You can look back.
Yeah, you can look back at our episodes. You can find those on Spotify, our YouTube page.
I haven't said the best things about either of them.
I don't think it was
but
bad.
But not mean.
It was just we were very confused as to how they got along, what they had in common, how did this relationship form, and now with the release of their album, we're getting a look inside of like he's a creative genius.
Oh yeah.
And she's just a pop star girly that like who wouldn't love her? Like who wouldn't be like, that's my wife? Again, this is all aside from our harsh criticism as an actress.
Now, do I agree with Amelia Perez and her role in there? No, I still stick to that.
Okay, absolutely, I do too. So let's get into this. I Said I Love You First, Selena Gomez's new album with fiance Benny Blanco, arrives 5 years after Gomez's previously full-length 2020 Rare. Oh, I didn't know that. Love You First often sounds like dishing about the couple's drama it doesn't care to commit to. Well, Younger and Hotter Than Me sings achingly of competition with endlessly youthful replacements, and Call Me When You Break Up waxes about the fun to be had after a boyfriend gets dumped. So it's a little bit of everything.
Which I didn't, so Call Me When You Break Up, when I first heard it, I never really paid close attention to the lyrics, but she even said in an interview it's about a close friend of hers. Everyone's saying it's about Taylor Swift, which I'm like, now that you hear it in that context, it makes you like it even more. So I don't know, I like that song.
It could be. And then the other...
I love Ojos Tristes. Yeah. I think that's the song that everyone is obsessed with from this album.
It's just so perfect for her vocal range.
Yes.
It's that...
And the blend with the Marias.
It's that whisper sultry thing that Selena Gomez has. She's not high up here, but she's emotion and whisper and huffs and puffs. And he gets it. You know, obviously I've been also on a Benny Bender. My TikTok keeps giving me, it's a specific podcast he must have been on where he breaks down songs that he wrote in like the 2000s, like TikTok, not TikTok.
TikTok, yeah, he made TikTok.
The Kesha one?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He made Dream, Teenage Dream.
He made Maroon 5's Animal, Moves Like Jagger.
He even made a Selena Gomez song. Somebody sick of that same old love, right?
I think that was my, oh my God, I think that was my ringtone.
He has made some bangers, and I'm just like it felt like ages ago, and he's like our age. So I'm like, you have been this creative since youth? Like, what?
So obviously they've been doing promo. We're getting to see their
Dynamic.
I think specifically, I have not seen it, which I do want to see. Is the
Jay Shetty one?
No,
sorry.
Well, that one too, but the the hot ones.
The
they're on
hot ones is pretty good.
But I think that one's more fun and dynamic and like, oh, this is how we vibe. Where the Jay Shetty one really talks deeper into how they grow their relationship.
Great interview.
And Benny Blanco. I wish I could send this to everyone in relationships and just be like, absolutely.
Send this to men. Send this to men. Listen to what he said. I'm just gonna verbatim tell you because it kind of sticks in my mind. When you're in a relationship with a woman, you are dating their baggage. You are dating prior relationships that they've had because all of these things have shaped the person that is in front of you. I hate it when guys are like, oh, I don't want to know about your ex. Oh, I don't want to know about this. That is what made me who I am. Why do you not want to know about these things? And so Benny Blanco is just such an emotionally mature man. But he even said, you know, we both have grown and we wouldn't have been in the right relationship if we were together long ago.
Yeah.
It got to the point of us getting to where we're at to be making it work. And it's just like, wow, that is maturity.
Yeah, it was so very well eloquently spoken and expressed, especially the part where he says, I wake up every morning, the first thing I wake up is like, how am I gonna make her day better? Because I know she's waking up thinking the same thing. The other thing that he said that I was just like, that's so true, where he's like, we're really good at communicating even when we feel a little off. Like, even if she wakes up from a dream that obviously is not real, but if she says like, hey, babe, something weird happened in my dream, I will always talk you out of it. If you just need to tell me you love me and that you can't live without me, he's like, I will say it because that is what she needs. In order for our relationship to work, I need to set her up for success. And by setting her up for success, if that means I need to tell her I love you at 3 p.m. in a text message, that is what I have to do for her. Same with, and obviously it's being reciprocated, but I was just like, oh, you're so smart, Benny.
And so that explains why they're together. So for everyone questioning,
Not
including
together,
us, engaged, that's why they're getting married. And I'm just so happy for Selena Gomez. I mean, really to go from that tumultuous Justin Bieber mess and all the things that she's gone through in her life since that point and to find somebody who genuinely cares about her.
Yeah. I will have to say, y'all need to stop with the comments that people continue to leave on these Benny Blanco Selena picture or videos. The number one comment is always, I must be Hailey Bieber because I'm obsessed.
Stop.
And I see it in every video, and I'm like, and this is why she's probably looking for legal help. But they're just so cute.
No, they're so cute. I think their album's great. A lot of people are pointing out that, oh, she also did mention for one of the songs, So Embarrassing, or no. Sorry.
The one that someone told her?
Yes, so a lot of people are speculating that this could potentially have been a conversation between
Don't take it personal.
Yeah, Don't Take It Personal is one of her songs where it's basically her describing, you know, somebody saying, you know, don't take it personally, this is how it's supposed to be, like you'll find somebody someday, whatever. That's basically where the song kind of goes. She said in one of those like, oh, this is what this song is about, that this was a conversation had to her, that she was told these things, and people are assuming that it's Hailey telling her, you know, this was how it's supposed to be, this you'll find somebody someday, whatever. Still just an assumption. Also, a lot of people think that that song, So Embarrassing, is about Justin Bieber. They both said, you know, I also listened to I saw their Spotify thing, which came out before the album, where she was like, I know people are gonna assume what the songs are about. It's not about what you think they are, which I'm like, I feel like sometimes people just say that to cover themselves, but they were very much like, these are our songs from our lives and our perspectives. So I don't know if they're combining things like that they've been told and things that they feel, which is totally plausible, but everyone's natural thought is to go Justin, which the man has been dressing better lately.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. But yeah, that's a recap of our top headlines for the week. And just we're going to wrap it up with our recap of White Lotus. And my jaw is on the ground still. I am so excited for where we are heading with White Lotus. Finally, something
picking
is
up.
happening. It's picking
Finally.
up. I am truly mortified by how the things that are happening.
Let's put a disclaimer. What we're about to talk about is some very disturbing things, because it's some very disturbing things that Mike White is exploring in this season of White Lotus.
Yes.
We didn't have an episode last week, so we weren't able to talk about the introduction of Sam Rockwell's character and the absolutely insane monologue he had, which is still traumatizing to me. But then you're going from the last episode where it's the Moonlight Party.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, the Moon Festival.
The Moon thing that they do. Saxton and Lachlan are meeting up with the two girls.
Chloe and I just remember Chloe.
I forget the other girl's name.
Hannah?
They join the party. They go do drugs. They come back to the boat. You're kind of seeing the following day in this new episode.
The flashbacks, because they're apparently blacked out, and
I'm not going to talk about what
we're not going
specifically
to talk
happens.
about it specifically because it is quite. It's just a
Disturbing
topic. But if you are watching it, you know what happened. We don't need to tell you what happened. And I believe that Saxon is spiraling, and this is just a theory. I believe he will potentially be the person who gets killed. I think he's mentally unstable now. I think he is just on the edge of, he is the golden child, and then this happened, and
which is crazy because I feel like everyone naturally thought that Saxon, because so early in the show, people were like, are they going to be exploring this very
inappropriate
illegal, taboo thing? And they're like, absolutely not. No, yeah. So to go from like meeting Saxon, you're like, maybe he's going to be the perpetrator of this taboo action.
He's kind of like that
creepy,
boy, like
older brother. Yeah, exactly. Shocked by Lachlan being the perpetrator.
So do you believe that Lachlan spit out the pill?
No.
Do you truly believe he was like
I truly believe he was on drugs, but that just makes you question what goes on in his mind.
Yeah, I think obviously, because the girl said it, like, there's no amount of drugs for me to even do that, and I believe that the drugs allowed him to do because it was already in his head. I do believe that the next episode, I believe he's going to try the same thing with his sister,
which I'm just like, I heavily believe every time they imply that something's going to happen, that it will likely happen now that we've actually gotten past this scene.
Question. Going back to that shot of see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, which one is Saxton? Which one was... he was see no evil.
Yeah, because he had the glasses on.
Do you think it's going to symbolize maybe
Lachlan was speaking no evil and she had the headphones on?
Maybe maybe that represents like something like just going to happen.
Maybe Saxon tells the sister something and she just doesn't want to hear it.
Or maybe like so literal. Do you think it would be so literal?
So in one of the episodes, they did physically have a monkey that was one of the see no evil, speak no evil things. And I was just like, whoa, okay, so it's pointing out that it's going to explore this type of thing. But I'm just so curious as to with them, what is going to be the meaning behind it.
I think there's a big things that are going to be, they're going to represent something. I think his protein blender represents something.
Yes.
I believe the fact that, like other things, Jacqueline's husband that she's always on the phone with, or the actor that never answers the phone, he's such a big part of her storyline, and we don't know who he is. I believe he's going to come into the picture.
Jacqueline,
the actress, the one of the three friends.
Yes.
And then the other part that keeps popping back into my head is when Sam Rockwell's monologue, he talks about how the person who came into his room looked like him. I believe that's connected to Chloe's comment in the beginning of the season where she says, all white bald men look alike. And she was referring to Greg?
Is it Greg? I think it's Greg.
I don't know.
I don't know, one of the G's.
It's because he has two different names because he changed it, so I never know which one it is. So I believe there is a big possibility that the man that Sam Rockwell's character met up with could be him.
Yeah.
I also believe that Rick's the man that he's looking for in Taiwan. No, is it Taiwan?
It's Thailand.
No. Where does he go? Bangkok. Where he goes to Bangkok.
Yes, to just meet the husband of the guy.
It's gonna be someone we must already know.
Oh, like somebody from one of the previous seasons?
Like, there's just so much hype before.
Yeah.
I guess there's so much hype behind him that it has to be some big revelation in a face we already. I don't know. These are just theories, but I do believe that. I don't think the father's gonna end up killing himself because I just think that's what they want.
It's just such an easy bait thing.
I do believe that the mom knows. I think her comment about like her being like, I can't live uncomfortably, like I'd kill myself kind of thing. I believe her saying that.
Oh, she knows something's going on with the dad, money-wise.
Yes, I
probably.
think so.
She probably wants them. Well, I don't know, because she also kind of seems like she wants to get out of there.
But I also know that they're going to that party, right? They're all going to the house because Craig, Gary, whatever his name is.
Yes, that's true.
I believe that's where he might connect with the father and find out. I think he's gonna recognize him and be like, you could stay in Thailand and like just hide from the feds because that's what he's doing.
It's getting better. It was a slow start. I wasn't a fan of how slow it went, but yeah, I think I told you it's definitely exploring that sin of lust. I think in this season,
it's the deadliest,
I think it's they're exploring lust in this one. Well, we'll see what happens in this next episode, guys. It's going to be interesting. We'll tell you about it hopefully next week.
Hopefully next week we could tell you all about that. But yeah, so again, we are recapping White Lotus. I'm not sure what episode we're on, but it is getting
the
good.
latest episode.
The latest episode. It's the latest episode. You can watch all those on Max if you want to watch and just follow along as we do our weekly recap.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have for you guys for today. So we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully, follow our social media pages for updates, Instagram and YouTube.
Yes,
have a good one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.